call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god.
Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got it filled up.
We're going to discuss 5 players that are going to be on the breakout radar coming through this next half of the season. Finally, we are an elite team. So, number 1, this one's going to be kind of an obvious one, but I feel like after the first couple weeks, people are already trying to do the Tua thing where they're already writing them off and they're already making it seem like, oh, this is not really what we were supposed to get when we were trying to get him, and it's going to be Bradley Chubb. This guy is going to start getting sacks very soon. He already did the last game. And the game before that, the first game, he came in, which is crazy to me because the guy is supposed to be learning an offense. He just got to the Dolphins. He's already getting pressure on the quarterback, and he's already getting sacks. This guy is going to turn up at the end of the year because it's just a mere factor of he's going to start learning the playbook. We're going to be able to disguise him better. Right now, you can't disguise Bradley Chubb. You are literally putting him somewhere and just saying, go get the quarterback. And yes, it's effective, but being able to run switches and being able to run different plays to allow him to get to the quarterback is going to now excel his talent and make him into a premier pass rusher that we've really traded to get. And honestly, we didn't even trade that much for him. We traded a late first-round pick, which we're not going to get that type of talent in that pick. Guy's going to start getting sacks very soon. He already did. He's going to start pressuring the quarterback like he has done. And he's going to start running stunts and switches and all sorts of things to allow him to get one-on-one contact with an offensive lineman. The next person that I believe is going to have a breakout, it's not going to be humongous. It's not going to be, the best in the league. It's not going to be any of those things, but it's going to be enough to help the Dolphins get over that playoff hump and to be able to make them into a premier team, and that is Trent Sherfield. The guy has some of the surest hands on our team. I mean, I don't think I've seen him drop a pass, and he also runs a 4.2 speed. He knows the Mike McDaniel scheme, and he is starting to come on as a receiver and a route runner. And he's starting to really get open on most plays. You have Tua and you have Waddle. They are elite receivers. Trent Sherfield is not going to be that type of receiver. But what I'm saying is he's going to start coming on as that guy that when those two guys are separating the defense away from things, he is going to beat his man one-on-one, and he's going to make those catches like he already has been doing. He's the outlier because he is now getting open when the separation for the other two players is becoming dominant, and now he's going to start making more catches, and I believe they're going to start running more plays in order to get him open as well, along with Gesicki, who is also coming on as a pass catcher this year. Kind of been a little iffy, but Trent Sherfield is going to start making a push to be that solid top 3 receiver on our team, and he's going to probably be a top 20 receiver in the league just by the way that he's catching the ball and why he's beating his defenders. I think this one is pretty obvious, but the running back that we just got from San Francisco, Jeff Wilson Jr. Mostert was doing great. He is still doing great. I like Mostert as a running back, but he's older and he doesn't have that little quick twitch that Jeff Wilson has. I believe we just got our running back 1 in Jeff Wilson. The guy is able to make people miss. He is able to find the holes just like Mostert did. I think they're both pretty good at finding the holes in the offensive line to make runs. But he is now coming on as a pass catcher, and he just runs a little more violent than Mostert does. Jeff Wilson just does not want to go down, and that is key to getting us the extra yards that we need. Sometimes when we get stuffed, Jeff Wilson will put you on your butt. That's just what he's going to do. And he's starting to take his role as a running back 1, not just on the Dolphins, but one of the top running backs in the league. He is really rushing like the best rushers in the league right now. And him coming on to this team, now he knows the Mike McDaniel offense. And yes, he's learning, but he's only going to get better because, again, he just learned the playbook and he already is shining. So that just means that when they are able to disguise him and able to make it better for him running the ball, he's just going to be getting more yards, and he's going to be racking up all sorts of yards after contact, and he's just going to be a stud at running back along with a 1-2 punch with Mostert. This is somebody that I know our defense needs a little help at corner, but I believe that Kader Kohu is going to be the next man up on our defense. We have to understand, every time that Kader Kohu has started, eventually they start stopping the offense on the other side of the field. Now, the Detroit Lions is a perfect example of that type of situation, is where Kader Kohu had come back from an injury after 3 weeks. Just like Tua, he's not up to game speed, and he's still trying to figure it out. But during that second half with him starting, they ended up stopping the Detroit Lions from ever even scoring a single point after that. And then on the Browns game, it just added more onto that, where they just really couldn't score any points against us. Kader Kohu is probably the most sure tackler besides Javon Holland, and I would even, maybe he's better than Jerome Baker. The guy is a sure tackler. Yes, he's not the elite talent like we had with Byron Jones, but I just don't believe Byron Jones is going to be coming back this year. And I think we have to make do with what we have, and that's why we got Bradley Chubb, to rush the quarterback so that we don't have to send all-out blitzes every time. We can just run zone, run a little bit of man, and make sure that we have enough time for our pass rushers to get at the quarterback. And like I said, we need a sure tackler. The Dolphins, sometimes we lack tackling, and we are lazy when it comes to wrapping up. And he's one of the best tacklers on our team. The one person that I believe, which I still think he was doing great at the beginning of the season, he just didn't have any help, Jalen Phillips. We have to understand that Emmanuel Ogbah, he is a product, I believe, of the Brian Flores blitzing 10 defense. That's why he would get sacks. Emmanuel Ogbah does not push the pocket back. He does not beat one-on-one offensive linemen. But Jalen Phillips does. Jalen Phillips has the closest area of contact to the quarterback in the beginning of the season and now. It's just now he's starting to get sacks because you have a premier pass rusher on the other side that is pushing the quarterback. The problem is if you have a person that is not pushing anything back and you're getting here, the quarterback can just roll out to the other side. And that means it's harder for the person to now get sacks because they're double teaming you. They're sending the running back at you. They're just doing all sorts of things to stop you because they know nobody else can do anything. Now, both those guys are going to be pushing the quarterback to each other, and the sacks are going to start racking up. Jalen Phillips is going to be an elite talent in this league. He has so many moves. He has so many different things, and even on a team that had no pass rushers really at all. Christian Wilkins is great, but he's not necessarily a pass rusher. Jalen Phillips is going to now use Bradley Chubb's knowledge and his talent to now start racking up the sacks like he did last year and really start coming into his own. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Fins up. We're going to do some great things this year. I hope you keep watching this channel. Send a like and subscribe if you like this, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.